Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. This video is about the conversion of Iranians to another groups of the religious sections from the Muslim Shia to another groups and another groups from Islam to another religions. First, you must know that majority of the media is completely a junction and is a junk food for your brain. You must get away from the bad news that they tell you and they don't try show you the truth. This is the simple fact, but the realization of this is very hard because we don't have enough knowledge about many things. But I'm here for you to express some knowledge about Iran and demographic of Iran and statistics of Iran. They show I had one video in TikTok in my previous page that show the demographic of Iran. They show the Christians and atheists show that Iranians are not even no longer Muslims. They are atheists, they are Zoroastrians, they are Buddhists, they are Christians, they are agnostic, spiritualists, and many other things, but not Muslim Shia and not Muslim. And this is the way they try to show you. First, maybe you see many Iranians outside of Iran, especially in Western countries, and they show not religious things. For example, majority of the people outside of Iran are Iranians, but Iranians of the age that they immigrated. The ones that majority of immigration from Iran and even Afghanistan to the outside countries that are not because of the war, they are the ones that have problems with the Islamic Republic of Iran. The Islamic Republic of Iran is the ideologic Islamic Republic. It's the ideologic in this country and this government is more than that just the one country. It's spread and spread to the countries that are around are Shia Muslims and Muslims, and the ones that are more poor, that are more under the pressure and oppression and cruelty from the superpowers. And this ideology is popular amongst them, especially the countries that have population of Shia Muslims. So this is the way that you will understand the ones that have problem with the ideology of the Islamic Republic go outside. They immigrated. They are refugees. Some of them are refugees. Some of them just lie and say some lies about themselves that we are threatened. They threaten us, and we are in threat. And they go to the France. They go to the Canada. They go to the USA, and they use the money of these countries for themselves. In other groups that we have, they are very tired of this country because of the ideology and the effects of it and go to the outside. Because of it, the majority of the outsiders of Iran are not Muslims. Because of the not being of the apostate law, they are not Muslims. Because of the act of them, they are not religious. Even the Muslims don't show themselves as Muslims. They show themselves as a secular people or liberal people. So there are Muslims even in a majority of the populations of the outside, especially in Western countries. But in Iran the case is different. Majority of people, 99% plus, and people statistically and demographically are Muslims. There are no public conversion from the Islam to another populations, and government just accept the monotheistic religions, the Islam in the sections of Sunni and Shia, Christianity, Judaism, Mandai, and Zoroastrianism. They consider Zoroastrianism as a monotheistic religion, but this is not the fact, but we accept it. They accept the another religions of the people that are from the fathers they were in their religion. But in conversion, there is no conversion from Islam to outside in public. But in inside of the homes and inside of the houses, there are the conversions. And the conversions are not like that the demographic of the Christianity try to say. There are no big population of conversion from Islam to Zoroastrianism. There are just really few women or men that converted from Islam or another religion to Zoroastrianism, from Islam to Buddhism, from Islam to another religions. There are many few. I heard one man converted from Islam to Christianity, and I remember one family tried to show themselves as we converted to Christians. They weren't Christian, they were atheists, they were deist, irreligion, non-religions, and they tried to show themselves Christian to show the Western countries and go and refuge to them. I remember one girl also that converted from the Islam, or his father and his mother, her mother and her father was Muslims. They were religious Muslims, but this girl wasn't very religious as the type of religious Muslims, and she converted to Christianity. I don't know after that what happened, but I know very few people more than other religions. Very few people exist inside of houses converting to Christianity. Very few, less than 1%. And also we have Baha'is in the houses that they hide themselves, and the Baha'is and the Babis exist, but they don't show themselves. They are also less than 1% in Iran. But another group exists, a big group of irreligious people. You must know, people of Iran in the old age, and also in 50 years ago, in 40 years ago, 30 years ago, and 20 years ago, and even 10 years ago, were very religious. One of the most religious countries on the earth. But after that, after once something since that come, and because of the Western media and letting the Western TVs to come and inside house, and very problems of the inside of the country with themselves, from the modernists and the reformists with the fundamentalists and principalism, and also many advertisement from West and putting money to change ideology religiously of Iran to another groups, because this ideology is very dangerous for superpowers, and they don't want to have another rival and another contestant. So they put money, Western media, and also the childs grow with seeing porn in the phones, and the childs in the houses are not related to the fathers and mothers, and also fathers and mothers, many of them also confirm the irreligious things. We can say Iran from the religious country converted to the irreligious country, but not converted from Islam to atheism. Atheism in Iran still is a joked thing. Majority of people joking about atheism and joke them about them, and atheism is a joking term for the majority. And also we have a population more than Christians, more than conversion to Christians still exists in Iran that converted from Islam, or better I say, the religious deist to the atheist deist. Atheist irreligious. So we have also them, but in fact, most populated group of the people that are converted from Islam To another groups are the ones that are deist, because the teachings of Islam that have no problem, no logical problem with God. They believe in God in the way that Islam teaches it, and they believe that monotheism is good, and is there a very spectrum to this way, a spectrum from very religious to the deist, and after it agnostic, spiritualist, and atheism. Their majority of people are in the middle. They are Muslims, but they are irreligious. And many of people also in Iran have choice, and they chose and chosen to be Muslim with their village. There are many big population, more than every other group, more than atheists, more than Christians, more than agnostics, more than every other groups. This population exists, and you must know that people of Iran got, because of the Ahmadinejad and his popularity of the politicals, and spending money on is unjust, and spreading of money accordingly and undisciplined. And because of him, people got no work. The new generation from 30 years ago and 20 years ago and 10 years ago, even my generation, are lazy and don't go to real work. And Iran have the most investment on the digital currencies and these things, on forex, on the many things of the stealing. Every one of that exists, and because of this corruption, people became less religious. And another big reason of this, because of the bad act and bad media of the Persian language media and Persian language acts from the government of Iran and government of Afghanistan. And also we have very bad economy, not very bad economy. We had very powerful economy, we had very rich economy, and after that more and more people got more poor because of the sanctions, because of the wars, because of the FATF, and because of the many other things. But almost I can say we have also money because of the sanctions on the selling of the oil. People and the country became more and more poor, and the wage of the workers came to less than $100. That was in 10 years ago was near to $1,000. But in the way that we see the economy are terrible, and people blame the government about that. People blame the Islamic Republic because of that. Also, there is another reason because of that. The inflation when come, people have people had a culture that about they should say that we are bad, we are in bad situation, to try show themselves as poor, and they try to show themselves as the miserable one. But in reality they weren't. But in this new age and the Western media and the formal and local media, and a desire of people to say we are bad and hiding their money from the government, hiding their money from the others, not because their safety, because of the others try to came and gave things, gave attention to them and take their money. And because of these things we have this culture, and after the inflation, after the Western media come, we have more and more depressing culture. Because of the depressing culture, Western media, local media, bad acts of the governments, and depression, we had a bad country, a bad situation. This country was one of the most richest countries on the earth, but now is one of the most poor countries on the earth. Just less than 20 years. This is not about the behind or before of the revolution. So in this video I will end it in now. If you like the video, leave the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you want a video more about Iran, so let me know it in the comments.